Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Football Lounge here on FTSN, that's Full Time Sports Network. I am joined today. He's back again on this channel. He's always here, as I said yesterday on my show. He's like that rash that you just can't get rid of. It's Bobby. How are you doing, mate?
I was great until that. Charming. Yeah, I'm all right. Thanks for having me back, and then hope you're doing well as well, mate. Even though you're just extremely mean, but yeah.
I'm not mean. It's banter. It's friendly banter. I even do it on your other shows. You should know this by now. And we're going to go to the man underneath, staring at the screen, waiting to sink his teeth into. And I'm going to say this as correctly as I can. Good evening, Ross. How are you doing?
I'm all good. Surprised to see Bobby here still. He's been here so often, he needs to start paying rent.
Bobby's been sat in this back room since we finished the show yesterday, just sat here waiting. He's not done anything all day. He's just been sat here waiting. Yeah. Like, are we doing the show yet? Yeah. Are we doing it? But no, I'm only joking, Bobby. I'm only joking. Before we get into the crux of things, you know what I'm going to do, Bobby. I'm going to throw it over to you to read the first little bit out.
If it comes up for me this time, which it does, yes. We are proudly sponsored by Global Mapping Surveys. Global Mapping Surveys currently assist architects, property developers, and construction companies all over the country. They offer a wide range of services such as setting out topographical surveys, 3D laser scanning, and monitoring. The link is in the description for the website and contact details. Thank you so much to Global Mapping Surveys.
Yes, thank you so much, Global Mapping Surveys. And we are also happy to announce that we are partnered up. Yes, we are partnered up with an energy drink brand. I'm just stalling here because I didn't get it up. With Rafe Energy Drink. Rafe is a powdered energy formula which is mixed with water, so it is a water-based energy drink. It's healthier than the alternative generic energy drink cans, and they have a clean, zero sugar, antioxidant-rich formula to give you the edge during whatever you're doing, gaming or sports, however you want to do it. And if you use code FTSN22 at checkout, you will receive 10% off your order. So, gentlemen, there is a very big event, really not very far away now. It's literally around the corner. And of course, we are talking
Halloween.
Regards. Well, it could get scary. It could get scary. Now, of course, I'm talking about the World Cup. We have covered it before on the show, but we're going to do it a little bit different this time. But before we go into the first one, I just want to say hello to a few people. First person is Moss. Football Lounge, all well and good for UK time to have a pint, but working hours here. Champions League on, some nice goals as well. Potter, Havertz, nicey goal. He's also saying hit the likes for the Footy Lounge. Yes, please do hit the likes for the Footy Lounge. And the silver one, saying you handsome devils. I mean, I can see one handsome devil on the screen.
Yeah, definitely Ross.
Yeah, definitely I was about to say, it's definitely Ross.
Definitely Ross.
Me and you, Bobby, we've gone past that tipping point. But yeah, we're going to get straight into it now. And we're going to go with one that's going to bring up a little bit of debate, I think. And it's so myself, Bobby and Ross, we've all had a look around. We've all picked a different player. It's our World Cup ones to watch. So players that we think will have a good World Cup and is worth the watch. So, Ross, we're going to get your one out of the way first, because of who it is. Why have you picked this player?
He's the GOAT. He is the GOAT. Look, it is a bit cliche to go with the stars, when you talk about the ones to watch, because obviously you're going to be watching the world's biggest names. But the reason why I say we need to watch Lionel Messi, and more specifically Lionel Messi in his Argentine team, is because I do believe that this year they might have what it takes to go all the way. They fell just short in 2014, and Lionel Messi, to be fair, carried that Argentine squad. But this year, Argentina have depth. And that's one thing they haven't had in many, many years. They got a full, good spine of a team. You talk about Emi Martinez in goal. He's definitely one of the top 10 keepers in the world at the moment. And then from their defense as well, they got seasoned internationals there that are regularly playing for their clubs. Midfield options as well that are also being able to help out Lionel Messi. And the main point here is that they have strikers in the squad like Martinez that will be able to take off the pressure of Lionel Messi's shoulders to score and create. So I do believe that he will be a major cog in a well-oiled side. And I do think that Argentina, with their favorable potential fixtures throughout the World Cup and the World Cup tree, they could get all the way into the final and hopefully take home the silverware. I mean, this is Lionel Messi's last World Cup. We are pretty certain that will be his last World Cup. And I think the hunger is there, and he'll give it his all to finally get his hands on that.
Very, very interesting. However, Ross, the normal host of the show, who can't be with us today due to work commitments, has a little statement here. And he's saying Haaland will score more World Cup goals from his couch than what Messi will do. I have to agree with him. He probably will do. Please don't ever say that Messi is the GOAT whilst you're on the channel with me again. He's a very good player, I'll give you that, but he's not the GOAT. And Harry Maguire, just leave. Just leave. Bobby.
Yes, mate.
Lionel Messi, Ross's pick. What is your thoughts?
My thoughts is I hope he wins it for him. He deserves it. This is I don't believe in this GOAT business. It annoys me. But I like the guy, and he's still, unlike someone else that might play for your team, he's still trying. He's still playing. He's still putting effort in. But he is, though, isn't he? He's at that age where technically he should be retired, but he's not. He's still trying. And when I get to see PSG and he links up with Hakimi, Neymar, Mbappe, those four together are scary. Like, I would not want to play them at all. And Messi is one of the important cogs in that. So I think he definitely deserves it. Will he win it? I'll answer that question with the next question that comes up after.
See, you're saying, obviously, the likes of, Mbappe, Neymar, all these players. But he's not going to be playing with those kind of players. He's not playing with Neymar. He's not playing with Mbappe or anybody like that. If you actually look at the squad, obviously Martinez is there. Julian Alvarez, who's doing quite good at the minute at City as well. A player that I quite liked from when he was a bit younger was Correa. I really like Correa as well. Isn't it time for Messi to be more focused on the younger players and not himself? Obviously, like we're saying, it's his last World Cup. The international trophy is the one that he doesn't have. After that, he's pretty much got all the trophies he could possibly need. But surely, I know it's weird to say it's going to be Messi's last World Cup, but surely this World Cup shouldn't be the Messi show. Surely it should be focused on the other guys.
Well, I don't think it would be a Messi show, as to say. I think that Lionel Messi, the type of mentality that he possesses and the quality he has, it will definitely be infectious within the squad. If you look into more specific players, like you look at the United defender, is that Martinez?
Yep.
The short man. Yeah. Him. You look at D. Thomas as well in the midfield. All these type of players, not to mention Julian Alvarez, as you're saying, and Lisandro Martinez up front. Those type of players that are willing to put their bodies and fight for Messi. And the only reason they've done that is because they know that Messi can deliver no matter the stage. Yes, he's in the twilight of his career, but his mentality, as I said, and what he brings to the side will definitely be able to encourage the players that surround him to become better and take that step up to the next level. And Argentina's got a complete squad. They really do this season. And we looked at them from the performances that they had during the Copa America. Lionel Messi and Argentina won that as well. And you look at their run to the qualifiers for the FIFA World Cup, and they did really, really well. And it's not just only relying on Lionel Messi at this point. It's about how they can bring in more of the other players to contribute to the team, whether it's clean sheets, whether it's key passes, whether it's assists and goals. I do think that the players surrounding Lionel Messi are being infected by his quality. And you've seen them take that mindset into their clubs, and it's only been a positive. So I don't see any reason why Argentina shouldn't be favourites and Lionel Messi why he shouldn't be the one to watch specifically for this World Cup. This could be his last hurrah, and he might just give it everything he's got.
Interesting. Very interesting. Anything to add on to that, Bobby?
No, Ross has put it perfectly. It's not just the Messi show. We just think the Argentinian squad is way better than it has been for many years. And I noticed that Rebel was saying Batistuta. Yeah, Batistuta was good, but he didn't have the squad around Batistuta. It was pretty just much him. But now Messi's got all these quality players around him. I think they possibly could do it.
Wow. We will have to see. Moss here saying Messi with Lautaro, Alvarez, Dybala, Di Maria, and Correa scary offense. However, Di Maria's probably going to be out. He's out injured at the moment. So it's going
And
to
I think Dybala might also be ruled out. He has got a race to fitness. I do hope he does come back. But I mean, if he does, can you imagine the depth?
Yeah, this is what I mean. And obviously, the Butcher, who is now playing at Manchester United, will be a massive asset as well for Argentina. But we'll go into a little bit more depth later on. Bobby, who is your pick?
Well, I've done a lovely little overlay. So, Kamaldeen Sulemana plays for Ghana. He plays in Stade Rennes. He's only 20 years old and he's a left winger. Now, that kid is talented. He was signed last summer by, I think it was either Norwegian or Danish league for 15 million. He's so talented. He's played 11 games for Ghana. He hasn't scored any yet, but he's a left winger. But if you get to see him, watch him because he's very talented, very talented. And obviously, I wanted to think a little bit outside the box. Obviously, we could easily quickly name 3 big players, and that's job done. But I wanted to think a little bit outside the box. And Ghana is the team that I think everyone should be worried about because they have stretched the what do you want to call it, the net for getting players to play for their national team, which is fine. It's within the rules. But I think they are a team that they have done that very well. And I think that is a team that I wouldn't fancy playing. That's for certain. I don't know if it was it Cameroon? What year was that? 94, 98, something like that? When they shocked everybody. I think this will be the year that maybe Ghana will shock everybody.
Ross, Ghana ones to watch, and obviously the young lad from Ghana. Would you play against Ghana?
As a South African, I do not like Ghana. Controversially, they beat us in the knockouts to get the World Cup or into the World. Villa. Unai Emery's on my mind. South Africa conceded a penalty to Ghana, and it was quite controversial because it looked like Daniel Amate of Leicester City dived, and obviously they scored that penalty. They ended up winning 1-0, and we got knocked out, and that allowed Ghana to progress into the World Cup knockout phases to qualify for the World Cup. So I think most South Africans, including myself, are pretty pissed off about them. But it's got nothing to do with his quality as the one to watch from your case there, Bobby. I've heard about him. I've never been able to get the pleasure of watching him live, but I do know he possesses quite a pool of talent, and he's quite a flair player with a lot of speed. Ghana and West Africa in general, you think about Cameroon, think about Senegal, that pool of talent within Western Africa is so vast that you're always bound to pick up gems there. And if he's able to take that into stride, then the World Cup might just be the stage for him to show that. I mean, the World Cup always shows great players that haven't been uncovered yet. You think about 2014, James Rodriguez. Nobody knew about him until then, and he just shot to life. So I'm really, really excited. 2010, Thomas Muller was another one. So he could be that standout star, especially a young standout star for the 2022 World Cup. I'm not a betting man. I wouldn't bet on him. If you are, Bobby, maybe you should put a punt on him.
Very interesting to see. Obviously, definitely thinking outside of the box there. Could we finally see an African winner? Who knows? The World Cup can throw anything up. This is the wonderful thing about the World Cup. We just don't know anything. Moss is saying here Senegal are going to do some damage, even though Ghana have got some really good young talent. Solo, good evening, boss man. I hope you are doing well. And Rebel, I just heard that Ross laugh after the Martinez comment. From now on, yo, Jurgen Ross Klopp. And Moss is asking Errol to pick his dark horse. So we've had a Messi. We've had the Ghanaian youngster who I can't remember his name. I'm not going to lie. I can't remember his name. We're up on screen for about 20 seconds, in all fairness. So, but it's something I'm going to have to watch out for. Solo saying it will be a South African team at the World Cup. So he's saying a South African team.
South American.
It's been a long day. It's been a long day for me, okay?
I wish we were there.
You might be. Who knows? In my world, you've won the World Cup 16 times right now. So.
Well, next year, the next World Cup, they're increasing the amount of teams. So if South Africa don't get into that one with the increased capacity, then there's no hope for us.
if South Africa don't get into it, just stick to rugby. So I'm going to bring up my pick now. My pick. Moss, you don't know where I live, so I'm all right. It's fine. And this is my pick. My pick is Brendan Aronson, obviously of the USA. The only reason why I picked him, I've seen him play in the Premier League. When he came to Leeds, he completely changed the way that Leeds team plays. If he can take that form into the World Cup, he's going to be a dangerous player. Don't matter who he's going to be against. We've seen him compete against some of the bigger teams in the Premier League and made it look relatively easy, getting past some of the best defenders in the world who play in the Premier League, some of the best midfielders in the world, and he can get a few goals as well. So that's why I've picked him, and that's why I think he is a player to watch out for. I don't know if either one of you agree or whether any one of you have got a different sort of view on him, but we'll come to you first, Ross.
Yeah, it's a good shout. That American team is looking really strong in recent years, and they've definitely come into light with the type of talent they've got. And they've been very, very clever with how they've developed young players. My only worry is that I think Pulisic might overshadow any other American talent that's there. Because the way I've watched the United States play is that they funnel through a focus of attack, and more often than not, it's always been Pulisic. Doesn't mean to say that Aronson might not shine. He could. Anything can happen in the World Cup. Anything can happen in football. I do think he is one to watch for the next few years, though.
Bobby.
Yeah, but I don't know who I was talking to the other day about it. The American coach is not liked at all. He's kind of ruining the squad. They have got so much talent. Tyler Adams is another one we could quite easily mention. What's his name? Willie McKinnon, or whatever his name is, who plays for Juventus. I can't think of his actual name, but I think that's fairly close.
Weston McKennie.
There we go. Thank you. I'm fairly close. Fairly close. But yes, they have got talent, but I think it's the coach, which is very similar to a lot of clubs at the World Cup, which we might be slightly based in. But yeah, I hope they do well. I really do, because I love the soccer. It's not Socceroos, what they're called in America. They've got a name, haven't they? Can't think what they're called now. But yeah, no, they have a name for their squad. I can't remember what they're called. But yeah, I hope they do well. I like Aronson. I think what Leeds have done this season, bringing Tyler Adams and Aronson in, and Christensen as well, we've got to mention him, has been brilliant signings. Obviously, we don't want to talk about Jesse Marks, but I think that is a guy that maybe we need to watch out for the sack race next.
Interesting. We'll go to a few comments quickly. If you are new to the channel, please do leave a like and subscribe. It does help the channel out massively, and it makes Bobby happy as well, seeing as though he's on every single day, 24/7, 7 days a week, 365 and a quarter days a year. He never leaves. He just sits there waiting and waiting.
I'm on our sister channel tomorrow. It's different. It's the sister channel tomorrow, so that's slightly different.
Do you see what I mean, Ross? He's just sat there waiting. When we leave later, he's just going to be sat here waiting to be live again tomorrow.
I'll be doing
every like we get is another day that Bobby stays.
Yes. Every like we get is another day Bobby stays. I like that one.
Cheers, guys.
So Silver is saying he'll probably ruin England. Obviously on about Aronson. I think it's quite a worry that we're playing against the US. I'm not going to lie. Mind you, Southgate would do that on his own. He's not wrong. He's not wrong in my eyes, anyway. We've got Moss here saying USA, Iran battle, England versus Wales. Aronson is genital, but playing well. Me and Bobby saw him. Red Bull system, could tell he would be a good English Premier League player. We've got a little bit of a quiz here by Rebel. Only 2 players scored on Oliver Kahn in the 2022 World Cup. Can you name them?
I can't remember what I ate yesterday.
I'm assuming that's 2002.
I'm guessing so. I was thinking then, like...
He did a correction. Too.
Ronaldo. Original Ronaldo's one. And... I think the second one is Zidane. I think the second one is Zidane. I could be wrong, but I definitely know one was Ronaldo.
So one was Ronaldo. Bobby, any idea?
No idea. No idea. I haven't got a clue. It's 20 years ago. Jeez.
20 years ago. Honestly, yeah. 20 years ago, I would have been 7. No, I wouldn't have been 7. I'm older than 27. I would have been 9. God. My brain is not with it today. Do you want to use to just want to take over? Because my brain is not with it at all. It's really not.
This is yours. This is yours.
Oliver Kahn, he's still playing.
No,
maybe 5-a-side.
He's CEO of Bayern, isn't he?
Yeah, he's the hierarchy at Bayern now.
Yes, he is. And Ross, you are wrong.
Who was the rebel? Tommy Now. Tommy Now. Who was?
He won't be able to go to sleep otherwise.
Ross will be here in the background waiting until you tell him who. Remember, for every like, there is a Bobby backstage that is needed. Okay, so we spoke a little bit about our players that we're to keep an eye on. Before we go on to the section. Yes. We're going to talk about the flops of the World Cup. Now, this is which team we think is going to flop the quickest, basically. Who's going to get absolutely demolished? I'll come to you first, Bobby.
I'm just looking at the groups now, because that's the best way of looking at it, isn't it?
Yes,
look at the groups. So I'm just going to quickly browse the groups. Now, what would we say that do we think that Uruguay and Portugal should go through to the next round? Are Uruguay strong enough? Because they're in the group with Ghana and the Republic of Korea. So Would that be a flop though? I don't know. I think for me the flops will be Belgium and France because I just don't think they're good enough. I think they are overrated, to be honest, and their coaches aren't the greatest.
How rude!
I just do think that. Oh, and there's Tony saying his flop.
Italy. Ross.
Yeah, that was frustrating because I also wanted to pick Belgium. So it looks like we both had the same idea there.
Yeah.
But if I had to think of a list, Belgium, potentially, France. Yeah, I think there's a big problem with that French squad. And I've been saying this to a lot of people. The worst thing Mbappe, or could have happened to Mbappe, was him winning the World Cup too soon. Winning the World Cup at that young age in this type of football climate can end up ruining your brain. And we've seen that. We've seen how he throws his toys at the cart at PSG, just because he feels entitled to everything. And that's not a mark of a good footballer. I don't like that. But my personal opinions aside, another flop of the World Cup. You know what? I think England could be in trouble. I really do. I think the amount of players that you guys have off form at the moment that are usually Gareth Southgate starters, like Trent, like Harry Maguire, even Pickford. Yes, Everton have been doing quite well, but there's those minor mental lapses that I see that happen to Jordan Pickford, and I feel like on the big stage that come back to bite him. We look at Calvin Phillips is another. He doesn't get a lot of minutes at Manchester City, and he's supposed to be one of the players in that England squad. And we know Gareth Southgate likes to have a squad of players, not just 11 and subs. He likes to have everybody cohesively gelling together. And I just think that with some of the crucial players there, the long-standing members of that side, haven't been playing, or if they have been playing, their form has just been poor. And I can see that being brought into the World Cup. Not to mention that there's a cry that you guys need to change formation. I mean, you guys can probably argue about this and make some points, but I think that if Gareth Southgate doesn't get the mental aspect of his players right, you could have quite a disappointing World Cup.
Wow. I'm not going to argue with you at all, mate. I'm really not. I'm not Southgate's biggest fan anyway. I'm not going to lie. However, I am going to say who my World Cup flop is going to be. And they'll get out of the group stages. I do believe they'll get out of the group stages. But I don't think they'll make it very far after that. And that is Argentina. I really think Argentina, as much as what you were bigging them up and everything.
Exactly. Get out the door.
As much as you were bigging them up and everything, my point still stands. If this is Messi's last show, they're going to make it the Messi show. Honestly. And I think that's going to be their massive downfall. That players will want Messi to score and they'll want Messi to do everything he possibly can do. So it's his best World Cup so he can try and win it. And I think it's going to come back to bite him in the backside. I really, really do.
I can understand where you're coming from. I definitely can. I do feel that if there's too much focus on any player, regardless of whether it's Messi, Ronaldo, Neymar, whoever, if there's too much emphasis on one particular player within any squad, there will always be the downfall. I mean, who's to say Argentina's first match of their World Cup, he's not man-marked and Messi gets injured, and then that's pretty much the World Cup hopes out. We have to look at a good depth and squad if we're going to look at a World Cup. It was France. The last World Cup, they had such good depth within their team. They were able to rotate easily and they were always playing fluid football. So I guess that is one aspect that could be the downfall. But I was also looking at those group stages there. I want to go on record and say that I think Croatia are going to get knocked out of the group stages. I'm just looking at that group there, Group F, and there could be a potential banana skin there. Morocco got some good players. Canada, dark horse as well. I mean, they stormed through their qualifiers. I think Croatia, with their aging squad, they might be up against it.
I'm gonna put it on record that Canada are gonna get 1 point in the group stage.
Moss is going to be so unhappy with you, Con.
That's the reason why I've done it. You know, I wind you up. I might as well wind Moss up. I wind Ross up as well. So let's wind everybody up. Let's wind everybody up. So I have got a little challenge. I'm just keeping an eye on the timing as well. I have got a little challenge for you guys. Now, before we go into the final little part, Bobby knows this all too well. He's made me do it before. But I'm going to let you guys do it now. I'm going to let you guys do it. I want you guys combined so you can deliberate with each other, and I'll just put the players' names in. The World Cup 11. So the best players from the World Cup that you think is going to be the World Cup team of the tournament. Yeah, like they do on FIFA with all this kind of special cards and all that. This is your challenge.
Charming. Ross, can we go with Alphonso Davies at left back, though?
How far do you think Canada are going to make it? That's the problem.
That's a good point. Sorry, Moss, but we have to be honest.
Please, if there's guys in the comments, give us some help here, because this is really, really difficult to pin out.
Well, let's start the goalkeeper. Who's going to be the goalkeeper? Are we going to? Can we go past Edison and Allison? I don't know.
I'm looking towards Emi Martinez. I just think that he would be more stable.
Is there bias here? Is there bias?
No.
We're gonna have Martinez, Mings.
Yeah, Mings will be in there. Bowen.
It's gonna be Aston Villa starting 11.
Well, I would pick Edison, but the problem is I don't think he starts in that Brazilian squad, and I'm not too convinced about Allison.
You think it might?
I'm not picking Pickford.
Diego Costa. Is it Diego Costa, the other goalkeeper for Brazil?
The FC Porto goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Costa, yeah.
So the goal. Well, what about what's that Italian dude? His name? That big, massive dude.
Gianluigi Donnarumma.
Yeah.
The Italian. He's not. Italy's not in the World Cup.
Oh, are they not?
Nope.
No.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez.
Where's your football knowledge, Bobby? Get out. Both of you, get out of here. I'll host the show myself.
So the best goalkeeper in the world isn't there, right?
Yeah, David De Gea's not going, mate.
Jesus, who are we meant to pick then?
Let's put strikers up there. Harry Kane. Can we agree that Harry Kane will be
No.
in this?
No.
Oh.
No. No.
Why, Bobby? Why?
There is better than Harry Kane.
He will score a hat-trick against Wales, and then you'll be at his feet.
Yeah, good for him. No, I can't. This is hard, though, isn't it? Jeez.
Neymar. Put a Neymar. Put Neymar on left wing. Can we agree with that?
Yeah, we can agree with that.
Neymar
Okay,
left wing.
Neymar.
You know what? If Anthony gets some starts, I think he could do really, really well. But I don't know if he's going to be picked ahead of Vinicius Juniors.
Anthony has been getting starts. He has been looking good.
Ahead of Vinicius.
I don't know whether... I think Vinicius is the number one for Brazil there. I think Anthony's slowly going to get there, but it's going to take him a bit more time, I think.
Hmm.
All right, where are we going next?
Can't even pick N'Golo Kante because he's out of the World Cup. Oh, man.
This is hard, isn't it? Can we at least... what about Varane? I like Varane.
We don't know if he's going to be in.
Oh, bloody hell.
According to reports, he will be at the World Cup.
The thing is, I don't want to pick a German player because Germany grind me. There's just something about German players that really, really get under my skin. Oh no.
I will
Well,
class that I'm not slightly German, but I am.
this has actually become a bias. This is almost Bobby and Ross's dream team. We don't even care at this point about a World Cup best
Okay,
11. It's just the dream team.
Can we at least pick Bellingham? Because I think Bellingham's going to have one heck of a World Cup. If England can go far, surely we can pick on Bellingham.
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
We just hope that Southgate plays to his strengths. Because as I was saying, you talk about formation as well. And
Yeah.
I think that 3 at the back leaves him exposed.
Yeah.
But he's got a lot of quality. I would like him to do well.
Yeah.
Kieran Trippier, could we see some more set piece specialists from him? Some good free kicks. Could Trippier get the nod?
Trying to go through all the right backs in the World Cup though, because I'm sure there's better than him.
Moss is saying there's 3 strikers there for you from Moss.
No, not Vlahovic.
There's a couple
Jesus.
more as well out there.
Jesus, I don't think he's going to start.
You know, you've got the likes of Ronaldo. He's going to be playing. It's his last World Cup as well, by the looks of it.
Yeah. Put Messi. Just put him there. Just put Messi. World Cup winner, Lionel Messi.
Are you wanting to put Messi in at right wing?
Yeah. Okay, I know you don't want a German, Ross, but I have to say Kimmich. But I don't know where to put him. Because we have to say
Where would
Kimmich.
he play, though, for Germany? Where would he play? In the centre?
We play at centre.
Yeah, we've got to put Kimmich in. He is amazing.
Throw him on. One less headache.
This is harder than it actually sounds, to be fair.
Kimmich.
Yeah, because you got to think about all the teams and then the players from these countries that could potentially do well.
Yeah.
Side note, I also think Qatar. I think Qatar could make it to the round of 16. I don't see them getting knocked out in the group stages.
Who are they playing? They're playing. Well, I don't know, because they're in the group with Senegal. I think, and Ecuador aren't too bad either.
Yeah, they're with Ecuador, Senegal, and
Netherlands.
Netherlands. Yeah.
That's a good shout from Moss.
Which one? Yeah, but are France going to do well? And that's what I'm thinking.
But is Benzema going to get in over Mbappe?
Exactly.
Mbappe will be moved to wing.
Potentially. He could potentially, but they've got Saint Maximin who can play on the wing. You know, if Anthony Martial's fit, he can play on wing. So they've got a couple of options.
I tell you what would actually be a crazy front line would be Mbappe on the left, Messi on the right, and then Benzema down the middle. That would be mental.
Well, you've got Neymar and Messi.
Could we drop Neymar, Ross, and put Mbappe there?
We could put Neymar as left back. Then he can just be overlapping. No, I'm joking. Take him out.
Yeah. Because if we have Mbappe and then Benzema up front, I think that would be one heck of a front line. This is where France get knocked out in the group stage.
Mbappe and Benzema.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Jeez,
okay.
Midfielder.
So you need one midfielder and a full back line.
I would actually put in Martinez. I think Martinez will be playing.
Yes.
I think Martinez. Defender Martinez, not Emi Martinez just yet. I think he'll do well.
Martinez.
Yeah. You need to show us some of these players here. Just to get our thought processes going on.
Well, you've got potentially Luke Shaw at left back.
Oh, are you taking the mick? Are you taking the mick?
Davis, Alfonso Davis. He doesn't have to get very far. It's just a player of the tournament,
I think he's the best left back probably in the world, Alfonso Davies. Which is why he plays for Munich, to be fair. So
put Alfonso Davis. Why not?
I've got to
Put him
remember
in.
his name. There it is. Alfonso Davis is in. Only 4 more positions.
Is it weird? I can't think of any good right backs.
Where did our football knowledge go? Where did it go? Oh man, good right backs.
There's a certain somebody that plays for PSG, maybe.
Hakimi. Nah.
Not
I
defensively. I don't
Rebel?
rate him defensively.
Rebel shouting one there for you as well.
Cancelo, but at right back.
The thing is, you never know with that right back position. I mean, last World Cup, Benjamin Pavard, not many people knew about him, and he just came alive.
He was
so
brilliant.
There could be some right back playing for Ecuador and Wales that just comes out of nowhere. Wales. Aaron Ramsey for the centre mid. Should we put Ramsey in there?
Are you kidding me? This is.
Oh no. What do you think,
is
Cole?
hard.
Have you got any suggestions here?
Have I got any suggestions?
I can't think of any good right backs, though. That's the problem.
I know who I'd put in midfield.
Who would you put in midfield?
Kevin De Bruyne.
This is the thing, 'cause it's Belgium. That's the problem.
It's not stopping him in the Premier League.
Yeah, but that's the Premier League. This is the World Cup.
This is what I'm saying now.
It's so hard because you could also have Foden in there as well. Right back, Cancelo. Put Cancelo.
Yeah,
Cancelo in there. Right back.
Yeah.
So, Cancelo. What's that you spell Cancelo? There we go, Cancelo. So, goalkeeper, centre back, and a centre mid.
Right, centre mid. I think we should go for Foden.
Phil Foden.
Yeah.
What do you reckon? Yeah.
Yeah.
Only 2 positions left.
No, I'm not being biased here, but the centre back to watch out for is probably Saliba.
Don't say Tyrone Mings.
That's not me being biased. I've watched him at Marseille. I think he's very good at Marseille as well. So
yeah, if we're confident about Saliba, put him in. I think Brazil would get far anyway. I think they'll get far.
So who are we going for?
Yeah, put Saliba. Saliba.
William Saliba. And then the final position is the goalkeeper. It's the one we started off with and we had to go back to because there was that many.
Neuer is not good enough anymore.
That Mexican goalkeeper, Okocha. He just shows up for the World Cup. That's all he does. Nah, let's think about this properly. Top 4 countries that we think could get to the final. Which countries do we think we could go there? We are certain we can say Argentina. I'm sure we can agree that Argentina probably one of the 4. All right.
I can see where he's trying to go here. I can see where he's going.
No.
This is a cunning plan here.
I'm trying to be unbiased here. I'm looking at the 4 best countries, and then out of those 4 best countries, we have to pick a goalkeeper. That's what I think. So,
okay,
just because they have more chance of keeping the most clean sheets, that's what I think. So, if we look Argentina, right? Another country. I think Brazil could get up there. Dumfries. Over Cancelo. Nah.
Yeah, exactly. This is actually harder than it sounds. Because you've got to think of how good they're going to do at the World Cup, and I don't think Dumfries is going to do very well with Netherlands. I think even Moss has said that the Netherlands might get knocked out.
Yeah. So countries that we think can reach the last four. Argentina.
I think we have to say Germany.
Yeah, Germany. They're just annoying. They're annoying like
Yeah.
that. They just know how to reach the semi-finals. So
Yeah.
more than likely be Manuel Neuer, because I don't think Ter Stegen will start ahead of him. So we're looking at Argentina, Germany, Brazil. I think Brazil have the potential to get there. And who else? I don't think Belgium. Well, mind you, Belgium have got Thibaut Courtois. So hard.
It's hard not to pick him because he's probably the best, one of the best goalkeepers in the world. But it's Belgium.
Yeah, if we pick him, we're just contradicting everything we said.
Yeah. Because that's why we haven't picked De Bruyne, because we don't think Belgium are going to go very well.
Yeah, and while we probably didn't pick Lukaku and we picked Benzema.
I think Benzema's going to do brilliantly, though.
I don't think Hugo Lloris.
No. Oh, no.
I don't think Hugo Lloris.
No.
I don't think Pickford. Jeez.
It's all riding on the goalkeeper.
We don't know who's going to start for Brazil either. So this is the other problem.
You see, Alisson usually gets the nod over. Oh man, there's no Italy in this World Cup. I don't think Netherlands would get far.
No.
And
no, there's people like Jose Saru, Patricio. You know, you've not even thought about these kind of players.
Nah.
Mainly because I live by the Molineux, so I see Jose Saru a little bit more. Not so great. Not this season. He's not having a great season. Oh, jeez.
You're gonna have to go with Martinez in a minute. Yeah.
It's gonna have to be. It's Martinez or Neuer.
Oh, I'm not having Neuer. I'm not having Neuer.
It's Martinez.
He's played you right there, Bobby. He's played you.
Yeah, I know. Well, I saw this as soon as you started saying the 4 clubs that are going to get to as far as possible. I was thinking, I can see where this is going.
So, are we going with Martinez?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So, this is Bobby and Ross's FTSM World Cup team of the tournament. Martinez in goal, Cancelo, Saliba, Martinez. That's confusing. And Davis at the back. And midfield 3 of Kimmich, Bellingham and Foden. Mbappe, Benzema and Messi up top. Now
that team would win the Premier League, though, to be fair.
It would probably win the Premier League. Probably would win the Premier League.
It's so random. Like, there's no... man.
That's there now. That's on internet to see. So after the World Cup, after the World Cup, we will come back to this and see actually how they did. A deal?
Yeah.
You know what? There's gonna be there'll be a couple of players that we never even thought to mention, and they'll just be there.
Probably.
Exactly. He only just chucked it on before we started this. Didn't give us a day's warning. Just no. Colm's mean.
Do some research.
You did it to me.
That was easy. I was treating 2 teams.
Ross is just crossfired. Ross isn't crossfire. I'm sorry. So we're going to end the show very, very soon. Very, very soon. And this is the statement time. I want no explanation from either one of you. I just want you to tell me your World Cup winner prediction. That is it. I don't want you to say why you think they're going to do it. I just want you to name the team that's going to win the World Cup. And we'll put a $5 on it.
Let's
Go on,
do
Ross.
it. Let's a 5 on it. Yes, £5. No problem. No problem.
Well, if you
Let
want to
me-
put $5 on it, mate, you put $5 on it.
Let me hold on. Let's have a look here. 5, eh? 5-0. That's 5. I've got a 2.
It's like
I've got a.
what?
What do we got here? I'll give you 2 2s and a 1.
Bobby, your World Cup winner.
Argentina.
Is any point coming to you, Ross? Your World Cup winner, mate.
He's chosen mine, so now I have to pick Qatar by default. look what's happened now. Hey? Now look at this. Nah, look at this. 100 of these. 100. That's your $5. Your £5 in pounds is 100. Yeah, 100 Nelson Mandelas on Qatar. Thanks, Bobby.
So Bobby has chosen Argentina. Ross is choosing Qatar for some.
No,
unapparent
of course I'm
reason.
not choosing Qatar. Get out of here. No, of course I'm not choosing Qatar. Oh, no. If he's choosing Argentina, I'm going England. It's coming home. Coming home.
He's just thrown away his $5.
Yeah.
So Bobby's got Argentina. Ross has England for some strange reason. And mine is Belgium. That's who I am picking. So from me, from Bobby, and from Ross, thank you all so much for spending the last 50 minutes with us as we've rambled on about the World Cup. If you have liked it, please do like, share, and subscribe. And we will be back very, very soon. Bobby, you know what you're doing, mate. Stay in the background because you're back on tomorrow. From all of us, see you later. Goodbye.